Okay, sixth graders, we're diving into the order of operations. What are the order of operations? Well, they're the rules for the order that you do the operations when there are more than one in a problem. So, the steps are these. Do all the operations inside the parentheses first. P stands for parentheses. Now, when you're working inside parentheses, you also follow the order of operations. And the operations part are steps 2, 3, and 4. If there are any exponents or powers in the problem, you do all of those first. Okay? Then, step 3 is to do all multiplication and division in order from left to right. So, if there's division, and then multiplication, and then more division, you start on the left, do the division, and then the multiplication, and then the division. Whatever comes in order, from left to right, in the division and multiplication numbers and problems. Then, number 4, once you've done all the division and multiplication, then you go on to step 4 and do all addition and subtraction in order from left to right. So, if there's addition and then subtraction, then you do the addition and then subtraction. If there's a subtraction first and then addition, you do the subtraction first. So remember, you're always working from left to right, and you're also working from top to bottom, okay? Now, when you're working on a problem like this example, this has an exponent in it, it has multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Okay? So, copy down this example. 7 times 3 plus 2 squared minus 3. And the answer is 22, right? Are you sure? What's missing? Proof. If I just said, the answer is 22, you'd be like, well, okay. I'm not sure because there's no proof. So what we're going to talk a lot about when we're doing the order of operations and problems like this is writing down the proof of your answer. Okay? Now, it says to work all problems from left to right and top to bottom, but we also have to follow the order of operations. So, I'm going to put the steps over here. First one is P for parentheses. Second one is E for exponents. The third one is multiply and divide. And the fourth one is add or subtract. Okay? Now, there are no parentheses. So that one's done. There are exponents, or there's an exponent. So we do that one first. When you are, does everyone have this copied?
No.
Copy down. 7 times 3 plus 2 squared minus 3. Does everyone have that? Write it down. Yep, 2 squared, or 2 to the second power.
Okay.
Does everyone have a copy? Nod your head if you have a copy. 7 times 3 plus 2 squared minus 3. Okay. Now, we skip to the exponents. 2 squared, that means 2 times 2. Base times itself, and we're going to write the answer right underneath the problem we're doing. The reason you do that is so that you know you're done with that part. Okay? If you wrote it over here, it might look like the answer to all of this is 4. By writing it underneath, it's an easier way of keeping track of what you've done and what you still have left to do. So, write the answer underneath the problem that you're doing. We simplified 2 to the second power is 4. Okay? Now, you should rewrite or bring down what is left. We haven't done the minus 3 yet. We haven't done the plus yet. And we haven't done the times yet. Okay? So you need to rewrite what you haven't done. So everybody copy that. 7 times 3 plus 4 minus 3. Write that down. We're done with the exponents. The next step is to multiply or divide. So we can move to 7 times 3 and write 21 right underneath 7 times 3. That shows that this is done. So by writing it underneath, it's a good place to write that answer so you can look back and see, oh yeah, 7 times 3 is 21. And then bring down what's left. We haven't done the plus 4 or the minus 3 yet. Bella.
Why is the 3 box?
The 3 had a box around it just to show that that's different from the other ones. Okay? Now, we do a plus and minus, or addition and subtraction, in order from left to right. So, 21 plus 4 is 25, minus 3 is 22. So I did the 21 plus 4 and wrote it underneath that expression. And then bring down the minus 3, and the answer is at the bottom. Do you see how it looks like it's becoming more and more simple, or smaller and smaller as you go?
Yeah.
That's what it should look like at the end. Okay? And we did everything from left to right and top to bottom. So we have a very simple answer. 22. Okay? Any questions on this problem?
No.
Let's go to some more. More examples. Look at this one. This one's part of your homework. Number 3. Number 3 on page 25. Yes, put it in your assignments. Page 25, number 3 is part of your homework. Let's do it together.
Is that our first one?
Starting with parentheses. Yeah, that's the first one. So, copy the problem. 10 plus 6 squared times 2 divided by 9. 10 plus 6 squared times 2 divided by 9. Notice that I wrote this. And this would be really helpful for you to write on the side of your paper or at the top of your paper so that you can keep track of the order. And then you can simply check it off as you go. Jacob. Jacob, you can get these. You can get these later, okay? So write this on the side. Step 1 P, step 2 E, step 3 M/D, and step 4 A/S. Write that on the side. Keep writing it in. Now, are there any parentheses? Nope. You can check that off. Exponents. Yeah. Where should we write the answer to 6 squared? or 6 times 6. Where should we write the answer? Caden? Right below it. 6 times 6 is 36. Then bring down what's left, because there are no more exponents. We're done with that step. So bring down what's left. 10 plus, we haven't done any plus, we haven't done the times yet, and we haven't done the division yet. Okay. Now, step 3 is to do the multiplication and division. So, starting from left to right, do the multiplication and division. The first multiplication and division is 36 times 2. If we start with 2 divided by 9, oh, there's some division, let's just do that. 2 divided by 9. Let's see. Oh boy, that's kind of hard. That's because it's in the wrong order. Do 36 times 2 first. Does anyone know 36 times 2? Or 36 plus 36? Maya?
72.
72, yep. Write that underneath. I like to use these V's, or these little arrows, because then I know which numbers I'm done with. Now, we haven't done the division yet, so bring that down, and bring down the 10 plus. Now I can do the division. 72 divided by 9. Andrew? 8. 8. Now bring down the 10 and plus. We're done with all the multiplication and division, right? So it's just addition and subtraction. 10 plus 8 is 18. Circle the answer. We're done with the steps. Okay? And this is what yours should look like on your assignment. Circle the answer at the bottom to show that that's a simplified answer. Aiden.
Can I do it a different way instead of making it triangular? I just maybe go in lines like
To the side?
Yeah.
Well, how do you keep track of what you've done when you go to the side?
that. I just do it all at once.
But if you do it all at once, then you do like 10 plus 6 squared times 2 divided by 9.
No, I start with everything. I just remember it. I'll remember it.
Well, the problem with trying to remember all of the numbers in your head is that it's easy to forget. Okay, so it might work once in a while to do that, but if you were to do 10 problems, you might do like 7 of them wrong, because it's easy to forget the next step and what you've done and to keep track of the order and all of the answers. Okay, that's why we talked about this. Aiden, what do we have to have? Proof, right. And if it's just up here, then I can't see it and you can't prove it to me. Okay? Bella?
You could write it sideways and put a box in what you did.
Well, to put boxes of what you did.
Yeah, like box 6, exponent 2, and then like write the actual answer. Like write the answer underneath it and then write it.
I think you'll find that this way is faster
Well, it
and,
is faster,
and easier.
but
All right? Because it's easier to keep track of what you've done. Later on, 6th graders, when you get into algebra, that'll be next year, and when you're in 8th grade and beyond, you're going to have longer problems, and it's going to be much easier to learn to show your work underneath what you're doing. And that's why I want you to get used to doing it that way right away, to teach you how to show your work under the problem and under the steps that you've done. Okay? Let's go to number 4. 10 plus 6 squared minus 11 divided by 5. Okay? If you try to do this on the side, it's going to be harder to keep track of what we've done. So, there are parentheses in this one. We have to solve inside the parentheses first. Now, I said earlier that when you're working in the parentheses, you have to follow the order of operations. So we can't do 6 squared minus 11 until we've simplified the 6 squared. Exponents first, and then minus 11. So, what is 6 squared again?
36.
36 minus 11. And then put the parentheses back around it. Now, because we got to get the answer to what's inside parentheses first before we go on to the rest of the problem. What's 36 minus 11? Danny? 25. Now, we don't need the parentheses anymore because we're done inside the parentheses. So now we can just bring down what's left. 10 plus 25 divided by 5. Right? And then 35 divided by 5, right? No, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with that? Grace?
It's supposed to be 10 divided by 5.
10 divided by 5?
10 plus.
So what mistake did I make?
You pulled down the division instead of the addition?
Yeah, I did the addition. I skipped step 4, which is addition, before doing the division. I skipped over step 3. So I got to back up and finish step 3 first, which is 25 divided by 5, and then add. Okay? 10 plus 5 is 15. Oops. And circle your answer. Any questions? All right. You're going to keep going, and you're going to do 5 through 8, and 10 through 14. 5 through 8, and then 10 through 14 evens.